Matthew, we're the Websters. This is Miss Molly, our bus.
5 Punks bus is our handle, and come on in.
Come on in.
Oops.
So we have built in 2 phases. This is our current standing. We have no electricity or plumbing run yet. We will have a dinette here eventually and a wood stove. It's the plan, but it doesn't always go that way, of course. We have secondhand cabinets that we found that we were able to kind of piece together. My pride and joy is this antique cast iron farmhouse sink. I have my antique cast iron German stove and an antique bathtub. And so we are still definitely building. We have some reclaimed materials and some new. We're trying to save every money we can, but it doesn't always happen, of course, and it's just easier to go with new. So, want to talk about the windows?
Oh yeah, we had an issue with the hatches leaking when we first got it, so we just tore those out, and I found these plastic caps.
These are just plexiglass. They're 20 bucks at a Midwest store named Menards.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of us have trouble with those leaking.
Yeah, and it was like right away.
Oh yeah, I had one, and I eventually just, when I first got it, it was leaking, and I tried everything, and I finally just took it out and sealed it.
We want to get one with a fan that you can open up.
All right.
So the goal would be a max fan in the front and a roof hatch in the back eventually. Yep. But these are definitely serving their purpose for now.
Well, if I'm around, it's what I specialize in is putting fans in. Yeah.
Okay.
Jamie's van built for 2 years. My crew and I probably put in 150 fans or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, so, especially with the stove being right here, it's nice because you can just crack the window and you get a little bit of convection current around it. Even on a cold day, it mostly blocks it off. But we definitely would want the airflow in around the cooking area. So my stove is one of the things that I like to brag about. I found this thing for $50 on Facebook. She was in the United States Army as a nurse in the 1960s and went to Germany. And when she came home, she brought this with her. Never hooked it up. Didn't know if it worked. None of it. She had it at $500. She had marked it down to $60 by the time I agreed to pay $60. We took a propane tank and a hose. It's German, so we needed a fitting. Right. So she gave it to me for 50 bucks on the chance that it didn't work. So it's easy. It's easy to clean. Not that I do clean it, but it just everything kind of. And I've got a little oven.
So basically, it's a brand new antique.
Yeah. Nice
deal.
Yes, I thought so. I love cooking with cast iron, so I've got lots of cast iron. Your turn.
Okay.
Cut that out.
Show them the back.
So our fridge doesn't work right now. We've actually been using it as an ice box up until this point. We're trying to decide what we want to go with. We actually toured the semi-truck rig that's here, and so more dry storage. They have a little 12-volt refrigerator that actually might serve our purposes. And he says you can find them for a dime a dozen at truck junkyards. That's also where we're looking at getting a ladder for a ceiling, because it's a telescopic ladder that comes with a clip that holds it up for getting up on the top bunk. So we definitely got good, cool ideas out of his rig this morning. I found this on Facebook Marketplace for $50. I do vinyl cutting and other various artsy-fartsy. I sew, and we got the kids, and so I really wanted something that was efficient and space-saving. I kept seeing these, and they were just much too big, and I found this one, and it was only 30 inches. These are flat pack. Don't do flat pack. Don't do flat pack furniture. IKEA, I love you. No. So these have fallen apart quite a bit, but this is temporary. We'll probably put a bookcase in here. We've got 3 kids. So we did a 4-bunk system when we first created it. These actually were even, and we had the middle kid on the top over here, but his dog was having a hard time jumping up. So when we gutted the bus in Colorado, after coming from Wisconsin in July, we moved the bunk up to give him more headspace. Now he actually has as much headspace as the top bunk, and we actually kind of say that he has the most because it doesn't have the roof curve. So 1, 2, 3. My father-in-law built the toy box to fit custom. That was perfect. We just have storage up here. This will eventually be all cupboards and cabinets. We just have sheets up. You can see our polystyrene. So that's what we chose, 1.5 inches. We have a furring strip frame that everything's kind of tied to. This is probably not the final configuration. And then back here, we have, of course, the master suite and bathroom. I think this is a pretty standard setup. We're gonna have an RV toilet. I have it purchased. We're installing it as the top part of a composting toilet. And then we will actually, we're thinking about putting a urinal in for the guys. We had a Schutz and Gill Schoolie had a urinal in. It was pretty cool. So my antique cast iron tub, I've gotten both love and flack for this a lot. There will eventually be a wall here with the shower head installed. So this will be blocked off. About the dresser, it will be the opening to our bed. We did the basic garage underneath, closet here. One of the things that I have talked with Matt about is the concept of being able to get in and out of, especially the garage of our schoolie, from inside the bus without having to go out and go around and open that door and the wind takes it. So we left the bottom of the closet as a pass-through. We kind of just have our water down there for now, but we can get back into there. When we have the electricity installed, it'll be like an RV, so it'll be all off this corner. So this whole wall in here, a breaker trips, I can just duck through there. We can send one of the kids in there and just flip it back on or something. So this will eventually open up to, we're still on the fence about what we're doing as far as rooftop, if it's just going to be storage, if it's going to be a deck. I really want to keep it light. I got her pretty tipped sideways, passenger to driver one time, and I was probably almost 45 degrees sideways.
Yike.
I needed to clean shorts after that. But I mean, she made it, but the thing was, is it really made me think about, you know, the chassis on this is so heavy that the more you put up there, that will raise that center of gravity quite a bit the minute you put anything on the roof, especially with such an empty space in between.
Right.
So the tipping factor for us, we're really not sure what we're gonna do yet as far as up there. We want something up there. We're gonna do a ladder on the back, but we're looking at the tie-dye bus, just kind of has a storage deck up there. So we'll see, maybe next year.
That's one of the nice things about being here at Schoolie-Palooza.
You get so much inspiration.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was, you know, I've talked about, I cannot remember the name of it, but it's used a lot for walkways in factories where it's just kind of like, it almost looks like a chain link woven, and it's a walkway. It's eyelet shaped.
Okay.
I can't, and that's part of why I can't ever say what I want, is because I need to find out what it's called. But it's a type of walkway that they'll use a lot in factories, and you can see through it. And so I feel like with air resistance and everything, something that we can just, you know, it's just see-through. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up developing up there.
And I like your Italian lamp.
Thank you.
It's fragile.
It's very fragile. So we one of the things that we have in our bus that we want people to walk in, and if they go, ooh, I don't know about that, then we know they would probably not our crowd. But if they go, yeah, I love that and I love that, it's like, okay, come to our campfire, you know.
Now, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you on social media,
we are at 5 Punks Bus. We do Facebook. We Matt just restarted the Instagram.
hey, I haven't seen you since Schoolie-Palooza.
Long time no see.
Hey, you change anything?
We did. You want to see?
Oh, sure. Let's go. I still like your the handrail coming in.
So we went from Schoolie-Palooza up to Lake Havasu, and in Lake Havasu we did quite a few things, and then we are actually just recently building where we are at home camp in Wisconsin. So we extended this shelf. It only came to about here or so. Matt picked out the chair rail. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I like that.
So, and then we didn't have a TV before. We had no electricity. We've run some basic electricity too. This last week at home, we built the couch. We haven't found cushions yet because we were in a rush, but it's just a frame and then the table slides into the back. And so this is an RV table we found for free. So that's our little ghetto couch for now. This was reclaimed from my parents' property. It was built in the 1930s by my stepmom's family member. It was on the burn pile. And I said, now wait a second. And I really liked this hard top. So we reclaimed that. We built this bookshelf in Havasu. This was, as you can see, I have a book issue. And yes, I know it's dead weight, but I don't care. We've committed to electricity. We officially have a refrigerator now. We can fit the propane, 2 side by side, but we actually keep the water there for now. Fits underneath, and now we're gonna have to really get solar quickly. This was reclaimed. It just gave to me by my grandma. It'll be mounted eventually. Some extra storage. We keep playing the Shuffle the Kid game. So this guy was down here, I think, at Schoolie Palooza. He was actually here in Havasu. Now he's back down here again because he can't make up his mind. So, otherwise, not a whole lot changed.
Sure.
We got rid of the tub.
Oh.
I got rid of my tub because I do vinyl cutting and I needed a workspace. It just was not. We have the kids area and my area, and now I can close the door and I can work if I need to. We still have to organize because we just built this and this bookshelf last week. So we did add a composting toilet in Havasu. We don't have tanks yet, so it's just jug and bucket. But we did do the composting toilet. And then otherwise, nothing else has really changed. But
well, this just goes to show that schoolies are never done. They're done-ish.
right. We had 90 days less, and you know what? We've just come to decide that it will adapt as we adapt as a family. When we need more room or less room, we can make it work.
One of the tours from the previous year, they'd been on the road for 3 months and they were on their 3rd rebuild already, something
gosh.
like that. So
yeah, so it was a sad day when I gave up the tub, but my dad's actually gonna let us build a tiny home cabin on the property, so it's going into the cabin instead of the bus. And we're gonna actually do an outdoor shower. We had friends from the story, Brandon and Gina Chambers had a little outdoor whatever. He opened up his e-hatch. There was the water heater, water pump, all of that, and you just did a little hut. And so we're actually gonna be getting a 25-foot awning for my parents that came off at a camper. And we need new canvas, 20-foot canvas in the last 5 feet. We're gonna make some sort of shower stall.
Sure.
So we'll install that on the outside of the bus. And
oh, well, thanks for the update.
yeah, thanks for visiting.
Hope you enjoyed the tour of that latest rig. I will have a new one next Saturday. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified. So make sure you don't miss them. Lots of cool rigs coming up this year. See you down the road, my friends. Stay safe.